right. So welcome everybody. If you can go ahead and private chat me again. So go down to chat at the bottom of your screen, or you kind of move your mouse around towards the bottom. You should have a little menu that comes up along the bottom, and one of the options should be chat. And if you swing on over to that at the bottom where it says everyone, change that to just me, Ashley Young, and send me a private chat with just your name is fine. I don't need it. I'm good with the W numbers now. Perfect. Excellent. Right. So what I wanted to start off with today was kind of going through some syllabus highlights. I'm going to try to put you guys into groups here. Maybe what I'll do is let you guys do your jigsaw read first, because I'm more prepared to do that. So, in a second, let me get groups together, breakout rooms. Manually. Okay. Oh shoot. Oh no. This is trouble. Okay. So let me ask you this. I'm going to go through names. One. Do you guys remember if you were an A, a B, or a C? People remember that part? All right. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to randomly put you guys into a room. And if you go to room, all right, so hold on a second. All right, let's go through the agenda first. So first, we're going to finish up the jigsaw read. So we'll have the intro to real numbers. And then, actually, we can do it this way. Yeah, all right. So if you get randomly assigned into breakout room 1, so when it comes up, just take note whether you breakout room 1, 2, or 3. Just for this one exercise. If you're in group 1, then I need you to read I'll show you what I'm talking about. I need you to read here. Okay, so everybody's read this part here, the growth mindset article. And then there are questions at the end of that on page 7 that you need to read, do and turn in, write and turn in on by Monday. That's homework. And this is the quiz you guys turned in last time. That's great. And then we get to page 9. So page 9 is going to be our reading for today. So you guys are split into 3 groups. The first group is going to read the introduction. Let's get someone to read the introduction for everybody. Why don't we do that? So Daniel C., why don't you go ahead and just read the introduction for all of us now. Daniel? Oh, there you go. going? I think you're here where the real mathematician. Yeah, discard. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Thank you. So we're going to be talking about all sorts of real numbers and imaginary numbers a little bit as well. Obviously, the only real imaginary number we have is this I, but real numbers make up, the vast majority of every other number besides I is a real number, basically. And so the first group, A, you're going to read this real number system starting from here down through there and stopping at Z right here. So you're going to read, like I said, these first three parts here, which end with right where that big giant Z is. Group 2, you're going to be reading from where it says rational numbers. And irrational numbers, and kind of the real numbers. Everybody should sort of look at this because this is just the sort of system of how they all work together. Actually, you know what? We'll do this. Group 2, rationals and irrationals, and then group 3, I'll let you guys do the real numbers part, and then you're going to skip this first section here, so you're not going to read this part down to the bottom. You're going to jump to the next page, and talk about the properties of real number relationships. So this stuff here, the inverses and identities. Everybody clear on where they go, on what group 1, 2, and 3 is reading? Okay, terrific. I'm going to randomly put you guys into a room and go ahead and hop into those rooms and first read your section. You might reread it because you might be in a different section you were before, and then discuss how to summarize them. Okay, so you guys kind of all understand and got a handle on that one. Perfect. So again, the process of explaining to somebody else is harder than knowing it, so it helps you kind of learn it better and forces you to create that clear mental structure. So that's the important part that we really want to kind of emphasize with you. So right now, we're going to continue on this part here. We're going to solve problems on the Jamboard, pages 3 through 5. So ignore pages 1 and 2, and just go straight over to page 3. Do you guys remember how to do that? I can move this over and show you what I'm talking about. So you're on the Jamboard, go over to page 3 and start in here on this part here. Again, to get to your Jamboard, I'm going to text you guys the link now. There's a link to the Google Sheet, which tells you which breakout room which link you should be clicking on, depending on your breakout room. Again, if you're in 8, 9, 10, I've just moved you into 1, 2, or 3. So pay attention to that when you go over. And there's some problems there. So I'll have you guys work on that for maybe, it's just solving some very basic problems and then trying to figure out what the rule is or what you can tell, what you notice about some of those things, and maybe you can try to figure out what some of the properties of addition or multiplication are. And then we'll have you guys do the properties of real numbers collaborative, and then we'll probably take a break at that point and then we'll come back, and the second part we'll do the syllabus highlights, and then the accuracy, precision, and estimation. As a reminder, today we're going to finish up notes pages 15 and 20. So that is, I could show this to you. Oh, I didn't show my screen, that would help. So, sorry. Here's the Jamboard screen that tells you which Jamboard to go to. That's the link I just sent you guys. Sorry, I thought I was sharing my screen, and I'm not. And then, like I said, it's going to put you on page 1. Go over to page 3. So you're just going to click twice up here at the top, and arrow over to page 3, and then you're going to just solve those problems here. They're very straightforward problems. And then see what you notice about the results, and then see what these things have in common or what they have different. And then over here, see if you'll see the same results here, and whether or not you're right. So it's just a quick exercise to try to help you figure out some of the other principles we have going on. So I'll let you guys work on those, and then, yeah.
So, I'm sorry, you said if we were in breakout rooms 1, 2, and 3, that's changed.
Yeah, so pay attention to your breakout room. When you go into your breakout room, you guys are going to be in totally new breakout rooms now. So I've rearranged you into new breakout rooms. So go ahead, when you get the prompt to go, pay attention to your number when you go, because that's going to tell you which of these boards you wanna go to. So let me show you this one. So I have now moved you into breakout rooms 1 through 7. You're no longer in just 1, 2, or 3. So if you're group 1 before, group 2 before, 3 before, now you're in a new room with just these new 3 people. So when I put you in the breakout rooms now, pay attention to which one you get stuck. It says to go into. It says, please go to room 5 or whatever it is. And then that's the one you're going to use with the link I just texted you. Was everybody able to open the link I just chatted you? Yes? Yeah. It opened up this sheet here. All right, great. And then again, we have notes going on for. Let me grab that. Here it is. Nope. I'll pull it up later. I'll show you guys later. But notes pages 15 and 20 are the ones that are due today. And then don't forget, by next Monday, you need to read that growth mindset article, which is the first 6 pages of your packet, and answer the questions at the end of it. Also on my math lab, there's Unit 1 real numbers. That's on my math lab. There's my math lab homework due on Monday. Okay, so I'm going to open up the breakout rooms and send you guys off to your Jamboards. Go ahead and hop in there. Oh, Carly's here. Carly, I'll put you in with group 1. So Carly, go ahead. Yeah. So you definitely know how to add 15 plus 8 and how to multiply 2 times 6. That's not my question. The question is, what do you notice about these results up here? And what do you notice about these results over here? And how do they differ from these results you get down here? So that's the question that I want you guys to answer. And then don't forget, if you go up to the top, there's still this page to do and that page to do. So go ahead and do all those. I'm going to open up the rooms back and let you guys sort that out. Maybe 3 more minutes, and then take a break if you want to. No, let's truly take a break. Forget that. right, welcome back everybody. I think group 5 is going to explain the first page. So group 5, do you want to go ahead and explain for us what's going on with all that?
Well, it seems like we're kind of adding up numbers. It doesn't really matter what order of the numbers in. The same numbers in the same result.
Perfect.
But if you're subtracting or decreasing the value of numbers,
Mm-hmm.
the order in which you place the numbers in the equation matters.
Perfect.
Affects the
Right. So we call this the commutative property because when you commute, like you commute to work, you move around, right? So if you move from if 6 moves from first spot to the second spot or vice versa, it doesn't matter. They can move around. They can commute from one spot to another, and they're the same for addition and multiplication. Commutative property of addition and multiplication. Not true for subtraction and division, like they pointed out. All right, group 3, you are doing the second one for us. So do you guys want to go ahead and explain for us what's going on with this, or just read what you said? Somebody, one of your people from your group?
So basically, we just did those associative properties. So with the addition, we just pretty much just did it how it explains. So for example, the first one, 8 plus, and then parentheses, 5 plus 2 is 15. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. And then we just kind of, so we did the 8, and then we, of course, added so we took the parentheses first, and then we did 7, then plus 8, which was 15. And then as you can see, it was the same for the bottom, and then for the 30 one, we just did the same thing, but this time it's multiplication. So we just did, in the parentheses once again, 6 and 5, which equals 30, and the same was for the bottom.
Great.
And, yes.
Perfect.
And I believe, yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's great. Keep going.
And then I think for the bottom one, it was, I'm not sure, I think it's probably community. I don't
Well, so this is all associative property, but the associative property, see how these guys are the same? It works for addition or multiplication. It does not work for subtraction or division. You don't get, because 5 is not the same as 1, and 8 is not the same as 2. So this associative property only works for addition and multiplication, not for subtraction or division. Make sense for everybody?
So I think, so pretty much for the bottom, we just pretty much basically what we did on the top, except what you said you can't do it for subtraction.
Right.
So my 5 minus 2 is 30, and then minus 8 is 5, and I think that's the answer. And then the same with 4, 8 minus 5, parentheses, 30 minus 2, which is 1. And then for the bottom 2, we just did parentheses first, which was 6 divided by 2, which equals 3, divided by 24, which came out as 8.
Yep.
Then bottom, we did 24, well, divided 24 divided by 6, which is 4, and divided by 2, which equals 2.
Right, so you guys can clearly see these are not the same. 8 and 2 are not the same, so you can't group them however you want for division. You will not get the same thing. But you can, like they did up here, for multiplication or for addition, just not for subtraction or division. Thank you. Awesome. So that's the associative property, because it's who you associate with, right? 5 and 2 are associated together here, and here 8 and 5 are associated together. So it doesn't matter who you associate with first, and then include the other guy. It's fine for addition or multiplication, but not for subtraction or division. And then the last one is group 4. Can you go ahead and explain that one to us? Right. Exactly. So that's something that hopefully you guys might be a little bit familiar with. But like they were saying, like they do the 3 times the 5. That's this part here. And then they did the color 3 times the 2. That's this part here. Right, and the same sort of thing down here. You can do the 4 times the 7. That's this part, and then you could do the 4 times the 3, which is that part. And the sign still follows. Whatever sign you have here goes down there. Great. So that's, like you guys said correctly, you said the distributed property, that's perfect. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next sheets we have here, which you need to fill these out in your handouts because you need to turn some of these in. So what you're turning in today, you're going to do this page 13 in your handout, looks like this. And you're going to go all the way down, do this page, do the next page, and this page. So there's 4 pages to do. So we're at this part here, the properties of real numbers collaboration. You're doing pages 13, 14, 15, and 16. And right now, you're doing them in class right now. So one of the great things about this class is it's a few more hours than normal, but what we've done is we've taken what you would normally do on your own, and a lot of that is done in class. So we're taking a chunk of that and putting it into class. So I'm going to go ahead and open up your breakout room. So in your groups, do these 4 problems. I'd also like you to solve them together on the Jamboard. So if you go to the next page on the Jamboard, you'll see everything you do here. So do them here, and then also write them on your individual sheets. Does that make sense? So you'll do one as a group, and then you'll copy that off to your individual sheets. And then there's the next problem 3, problem 4. So all the problems, pages 13 through 16, are here. I think that's it. That's the last one. Yeah, 15 through 16. And all those problems are here in the Jamboard. So do them in the Jamboard. That way you can kind of prove to me you're working together. And then make sure you copy them off on your own personal notes as well. And I'm going to give you guys a fair amount of time to work on this because I'm going to let you build in a break on your own in that time that works for your group. Does that make sense? So from 11 to 11:30, we're going to work on this. But in that, you're working for 20 minutes and you're taking a break for 10 minutes. Does that make sense for everybody? So take a break when your group wants to in the next half hour, 10-minute break, working for 20 minutes. I'm pulling you guys all back in here at 11:30. Great. Go have fun. And just come back and let me know if you guys have questions.